guys, David here from Mindful Kung Fu on behalf of Sudaquan Academy. Today we're going to talk about something so cool, so awesome, and so powerful. It's called split energy, and it simply means that I'm moving my hands or my arms together or apart at the same time with the same intensity and one intention. Let's go do this. Hey guys, when it comes to split energy, we got to talk about at least two different things. Okay, we'll split up in two subjects. One of them is what's going on with the upper body, and the other one is, of course, what's going on with the lower body. Now, with the upper body, we'll start there. So from here, it's important that we understand that it never starts with the hands. This is probably the biggest mistake that we tend to make as far as habit-wise, is thinking from our hands or moving from our hands. Okay? We want to start understanding that things are moving from the back and from the body here. So watch the difference between me, let's just say I just have this and I move to here with my hands, trying to find that area each time, or moving from here underneath. You see that difference here? This is going to be much more exact and much more precise because it has less room to go. Versus the hands have the wrists and the fingers and everything can get all out of hand over here. Ah, no pun intended. From here, it's just an opening. And this is already connected. Seeing how this works? It's pretty cool. As this opens, this is already connected. It's going to follow this part. So the back expands. And we'll talk more about that when it comes to breath in a second. But the back expands, which is then opening up this area here. And then the hand opens up too. And it just expands. You see? Versus trying to find it with the hands. So that is definitely the first part. And it's the same thing when we turn this way and a lot of different ways to do split. But it's really important that we understand breath comes up, right? Starts from our dantian, where we hold our center, and it comes up the spine and out, branching out into the back. And the back expands. And that's what the driving force of this comes from. Now, let's talk about the feet. So I'll come back here so you can see my full body. Now, we kind of have an understanding, at least a little bit of this expansion, coming up and expanding, and which then turns and lifts the arms, and the armpit expands from the back, okay? Regardless of what you're trying to do with the split energy here. Now, let's talk about what's going on down here. So from here, we have to have a starting position. Where does the energy start? We've had this in many other videos. It always starts in the ground, right? It never starts from us. So let's say it starts from this foot. Now, if I'm in a position like this, let's just say, for example, I'm like this. My energy is sitting down here on this side. As I push that heel into the ground, I'm shifting my energy over to the other foot, right? No matter what, I'm always shifting. Sometimes I just do this exercise like this. I push and shift and feel that shift in the straightness of the body, staying straight, staying in line, push, and then into this side here. This is your power. No matter if you're here, pushing this way, right? No matter if you're turning, pushing this way, it's always going to be coming out of the ground. Now, the power of this is as this pushes, the power then moves up the body. I push down. The energy comes up here and expands and then comes out here. Right? So I'll just show you in terms of a straight horse stance. I push. This allows the alignment of the hips and expanding of the arm. See? And you can kind of see that mechanics. Once again, push. There starts the energy. And it expands. So when we use this move, we're going to be using the ground most of the time. Especially if you're in an actual move of pushing in, right? I push that into that leg. As I push that into the leg, now I'm bringing the arms in. Same type of idea as what we were talking about before. We're just reversing the process. So the hands are here. This is open. The energy's here. And now it's going to go down. Same type of idea. Here it's in here. It comes up. And it comes out. A lot of different ways to look at this, at examples and techniques. But this is the main source of energy and body mechanics of how it's going to be done. Now, let's go take a look at it with our opponent and look at some techniques that work with this incredible split energy. All right, guys, here we are with my friend Andrew, who always helps out with the videos. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Andrew. Awesome to have him. Thank you for helping us out. So he's going to help me demonstrate split energy. We're going to look at it in a few different ways, and let's see what happens. So the first one we're going to do is just a simple technique. In our system, it's called party the main, and it's just a matter of split energy works really well if you're splitting something. So we're going to start there, okay? Yeah. So he's reaching in here, and my key is to then split like this. Now, in this case, I'm going to create just like a small ball, and the reason being is because as he comes through, I need to be able to get in, right? I need to be able to get in there versus trying to come out another way. Yeah. Now, notice the expansion, right? I'm going to turn to you so you can see it. This expansion. See, it's expanding as it comes out. Okay? And that's the same thing we talked about before. I expand here, and then I sit into that right leg, whack, and there's the trap. Feel it? Right? So let's look at it again. Left leg, I'm sitting back on that left leg into these stands. He comes in, I shift out of the way to what we would call an angle, right? To get out of the way so I don't run into him. So I shift out of the way, and that energy pushes in that right leg. As the energy pushes the right leg, the energy comes up the body like this and out here like this, and it catches him. Make sense? You feel that?
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. So again, energy's in the left leg. It's shifting. As I push down into the ground to that heel, that energy comes up the body, expands out here. In this case, it's going to expand like this, and it traps it. Boom, right back down as I sit back into the hips. Or into the back here. This is not going to go anywhere. Right. It's actually really powerful. And it's going to sit back in that foot. So we'll look at this. Comes in. I trap. Again. Here. Now from here, I have all that energy loaded up on that right leg. So I'm going to use that energy any way I want. And this way I'll just strike the chin. Right? I can also take that energy as I load up here, shoot down, whack, and come straight in for the center here. Right? And change my approach. Maybe I'm trying to get a little lower here. Yeah. Once again, I trap the hands here, and then now I come back in. Wow, yeah. Elbow. Fun move. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful move. Another thing we can talk about here is a lot of times as he does it, I pull him off center. I can go further, and it's really pulled this shoulder back. See how I have this shoulder back? He has no power. If he pushes that arm towards me, there's nothing there. And this arm's too far to do anything. So now, bam, yeah, I can come in with some serious stuff here, and then bam, little sweep, and he's out of there. Another thing that we can talk about is, guess what it's doing for us? As I come in, when I split here, he doesn't know which hand's going to strike him. I can just, bam, strike right back here. Even though I'm loaded up on this foot, I can still push, whack, off of this foot. Can't you see that? Yeah. So it's versatile. It's very versatile. It's always going to come from the foot. Yes. So let's try one more time. Boom. But I can easily push off of this foot. Wham. And still strike with the left hand. So he really doesn't know which hand's going to come at him and where it's going to come from. Yeah. Pretty cool stuff when it comes to split energy. All right. So now we can talk about it in terms of breaks. Split energy is a really good one for breaks, right? So he'll come a little closer here. So now this idea is he's here, and then I can come in, crack, and I can straight and break here. This case, I probably want to hook the wrist a little bit. I want to think palm and the elbow. This is a really great place to break. You start getting into these areas here too close, it actually becomes a little more difficult. You want to split the arm up. One here, crack, the other one here. Now, as I do this, once again, I shift. Just a different type of body shift here than before, because now I'm shifting and turning slightly this way to the left. And as I turn to the left, they come together. And there's the power. Okay, once again, strike, break. He reaches in, break here. Right here. Now, the other thing that you can notice here, is I'm set up in that right leg, so we can talk about that again. There's many things that I can do now that I have loaded up that energy. It's really fascinating how we expel this power at the same time we load more power. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's just so cool. Now I can push and I can take them down this way. I'm rolling the elbow into the shoulder. That's one idea. I can come here and then I can push up. Bam! I can potentially go here, but of course this is broken. It's just going to be hanging. I'll be like, where'd it go? But you get the idea, yeah. So come through. I could just parry, just barely parry it here, and then use this. Whack! Yeah, man. Boom! Just in case I don't want to kill the guy, right? Just because he reaches out to me. But he happens to have, this look, and he reaches out, and I'm like, whoa! And he reaches, and I come, and I go, whew, and I just parry, and then whack! Strike right here. This is really bad in the ribs, and then boom, take him down. Whack! Yeah, strike underneath. He's done. He's toast. All right, guys, so we've talked about expanding out. Remember this idea of coming up and out. It's expanding from here. This is following. We've also talked about contracting. Now I'm pushing everything in. As I contract the muscles and create split energy in. But now we also have coming up and down. And that's what we're going to talk about now. So we have a move in our system called Repulse Monkey. And it kind of looks like this. This idea of is our trapping system. We've spoken about this before, like, whoa, I don't want anything. And of course, my hand's here. He's going to come in trying to get past the hand. And as he does, I switch. Boom, and I come up. Pull down, whack, pull up. Now, you would think I would just be able to go up. But do you feel the difference?
Yeah, already
versus
difference.
Just one. Oh, sorry. I don't know what I would do with this one, right? Just kind of I still have to bring it down. That's kind of funny. It has to go down somewhere, otherwise it just stays up. And cool, okay, here, come on. So, yeah, in this case, we're pulling down and coming up. And notice they're moving the exact same place. Right? This one a little over the head, this one about in the center, or a little bit lower towards here. So the hand is here. Whoa, whoa, I don't want anything. He comes in, boom, and I pull him up and down at the same time. Now in this case, I'm shifting my weight into the back leg, so it's a little different like we've been talking about with shifting this. I'm stepping back to get out of the way and shifting in and up. Boom. Also notice, a very important point, I'm not stepping back exactly, otherwise he might go right through me. I'm stepping to the angle.
Yeah.
We utilize these angles a lot. They're just so great. They put us in such a position where he's already here and now I can just come from the side. It's just such a better way of thinking versus going back and forward, shifting to these angles. So in this case, once again, whoa, I don't want anything. He comes in, I shift out of the way slightly, pull, boom, and up I go. And now he's up here. He's in a pretty bad place. So now if he steps in on this move, whoa, and he really tries to get me, I'm shifting down, strong leg, lifting up, expanding from here. And if he pushes down right now, yeah, it's very powerful. He's just pushing right down on that leg. I'm nice aligned here, sitting down, really aligned, ready to go and strike. Okay? Now we take a look at this. Comes in, up I go, and now I can just strike back in. And they can just right through him, right through those ribs. It's going to be a bad day.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll take a look at this move. I'm here, up, in, yeah. Wow, strike through here. Maybe just a strike on the chin with the palm, or you have a rich hand right here. Okay. Now we go a little bit more speed-wise. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Repulse Monkey. Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Awesome. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video talking about split energy, that tremendous crushing power, whack, coming in and getting them out of the way, getting back in there. Lots of fun to play with. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to check out the other videos and don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button because we'd love to get back in touch with you. And remember, life is about passion and expression. And as my grandmaster always says, martial arts is not something you do, It is something that you are. Until next time, my friends, thank you.